March. If you are watching this, you made it. You made it. So give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a pat on the back because it's March 1st. Meteorologically, right? I don't think I can say that word. Meteorologically. It's spring. I wish I could say that was a joke, but I guess I just can't say that word. February and January were not bad, just like heavy is how I would describe them. I think February I just hit a point where like a lot of stuff had been happening and it had been very busy and very stressful, and then February just like hit a point where my brain went, I just want to be a little sad for a bit. So that's just kind of what happened in February. I was just spending some time with my sadness. So dumb to say, but like I was. But basically this video is just going to be like chatting a little bit about February, but also it's the past. We need to move on, talking about March. Like, what do I want to read? What do I want to craft? What do I want to do? And just a little bit of explaining about what's going on. So I thought that'd be kind of fun. This is more of like a video journal, like a diary. So if you like really don't want to know the inner workings of what I actually put in my actual journal, skip out. This is not for you. But I did just mention my actual journal. This is her asking me about my cat. I was a religious journaler at the like first half of last year. The second half of last year kind of fell out of it, but we're back into it. Kind of fun to just see like what was going on for me in February last year. I would always set goals. Let's see. Like I would set goals at the beginning of the month. Like this was February, the beginning of it, what I wanted to do. And then this was the end of February, just kind of like summing it all up, what was up. Like this was just fun to see what was going on in my little brain in March last year. I got super into charms and I really wanted to quilt. I think that the spring break, I'm gonna just try to hammer out my quilt. But I got super into charms of things. What did I say I was gonna read last year in March? I would like write books, projects, just like vision board in general. I said I wanted to read, oh, these were terrible books. All of the books on here were not good. A Court of Wings and Ruin. That book was horrible. Like it was just fantasy war. Don't care. The Thursday Murder Club, I didn't finish that one. It just wasn't super interesting to me. All's Well by Mona Awad. Mona Awad is a fantastic author. That book is good. Like if you have any kind of chronic condition, just the like hostility people give you about the fact that you're chronically ill. Please. Didn't like it that much. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies and Other Things maybe. Also didn't like the book. Like it didn't have a plot. And then my vision board was that I was going to go on more walks and find the magic in the little things. Period. Anyways, it looks, oh man, I got super into running last year in March too. Look at me running. Look at the joy I was feeling. Sheesh, I probably should start that. Oh, but I didn't start till the March 11th, so I have until March 11th to get my feet running. This is fun. And the last thing I can share about March last year is I got super into reading romance. It just started. It just began. And with that, I need to go ahead and fill out the goals in this, but I'm also making a video because we just gotta double whammy it. Let's talk about the books that I would love to read in March this year. Talking about February just a tiny bit, I got so into reading Elsie Silver's books. I read Wild Eyes first, and then I read Wild Love. I know that technically Wild Eyes comes after Wild Love. It did not matter. They're connected, but like, it was sad to see the guy single in this one, but also I was like, oh my gosh, and it was fine because the third one's coming out on March 4th, Wild Side. And then hopefully we get to see this couple again because this one I think was my favorite. This one's really cute too. I like these men. I really like these men. And I like the girls too. They're pretty like stubborn and opinionated. So Love that for them. The one that I read also by Elsie Silver was Heartless, because I know everybody loves that one. Like everybody's all into Kate Eaton. They're like, he's zaddy. The ending just grinded my gears a little bit. I was like, I wanted something a little different for that girl. If that's what she wanted, I love it. But I just feel like it could have ended different. These books were like everything to me in February. I read them in 1 week. All 3 of the Elsie Silver books that I read, 1 week, done. 1,500 pages of smut, done. So I can't wait to read Wild Side when it comes out on March 4th. That's the first book that I absolutely want to read this month. The only other 2 books that I'm like, I really want to read are kind of a tradition. Last year on spring break, I get to go on my spring break from teaching the last week of March. Last year I read an Emily Henry book, so I think this year I want to read an Emily Henry book. I just love reading these. I love the way she writes. I think this is a second chance romance. I'm getting into second chance romance. I think it can be really cute, but I like the idea that people still know each other and like you see glimpses of the parts that they still care about each other in them. It's sweet. I don't know. I think this is supposedly her most literary fiction-y romance book, which is great. I love a literary fiction book. But I want to read this one, and also it's hot pink. That's a selling point for me, that it's hot pink. And the last one that I really want to make sure that I read this month is Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. This is a super short book. Like, remember when the type is really kind of big? And then also, I think it's maybe 190 pages. Oh my goodness, no. Like 115 pages from an Irish author. And I just love Irish literature. I don't know what it is, something about those cliffs, something about the rain, something about those nights in Dublin. I don't know. I really like it. Oh, it's Bill makes a discovery and forces him to confront both his past and the complicit silences of a town controlled by the church. Yes, yes, yes. Institutions keep secrets from us. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna like this. Here, I'm gonna like this. Books that I want to read in March, and like that we're gonna be reading, but I want to like when I'm reading make it a whole experience. I'm trying to cut back on my caffeine. I was drinking way too much cold press. I'm trying to do more teas, more half-calf coffees, half-calf lattes, just a little less caffeine, more matcha in the morning, less cold press into my veins. So just always having a caffeine-free beverage when I'm reading would be good. And then now that it's getting warmer outside, if there's ever a day where it's like 40 or 50, catch me on my patio, the window open, airing out the stank of this house. Yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to in March. As far as projects go, I'm currently in the middle of the hardest thing I have ever worked on. It's it's hard, like just as is. Probably hard for the skill level that I was when I started. And it's also hard because I'm putting a lot of extra pressure on myself to work on it for various reasons. I think it's called Cardigan Number 5 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. Here she is as of now. Let's just take a peek, see at what we've done so far. We've done the back, okay? And then we've increased to make the front. And then now I need to join on here around the back and then onto the other side, which I've done a few times already and then had to rip it out. Okay, settle down, you're in for a story. It looked like this. I casted them all back on and started knitting in my brioche stitch, which is gorgeous, mind you. Like, look at, let's see, look at these freaking increases. Like, what on earth? Like, that is stunning. That's stunning, but at the end of the day, I'm just a girl with a little bit of anger management issues regarding fiber arts. So I got it, sends me over the edge. When this wasn't working, my head went to the extremes. I was like, we have to burn it, and I also have to burn myself. Like, it got really intense, and I went, this is a problem. I need to start talking to a therapist. So that's another thing for March. I'm finally prioritizing making that work. Moving along, we're talking about this. We're talking about the cardigan. Notice how there's like the higher parts and then the lower parts, and then it's kind of reversed. When I was picking up the stitches at the bottom, it would never line up. Like the 3 times I've tried it, it just has not lined up. I've tried flipping the sides I'm on. I've tried frogging the stitches and having like 140 live stitches just there, picking them back up again. I've tried that. I don't know. I don't really know what to do. I think I need to spend another 6 hours figuring it out. And then all I have to do is go back and forth. Like, it's not like that's hard. It's these like transitions that are challenging me. Also, just it matters to me because I'm making this project with Carl, my lovely, talented fiance's mom. She finished hers. I've got to get going on this. So that's my goal. My only project goal is that I want to finish this cardigan because I don't think it's going to be that hard once I get past this silly, really aggravating roadblock. It's done. It's going to be amazing. It reminds me of the Cezanne Amelie, a meal cardigan, which I want to buy so bad. But I simply don't have the money to spend $170 on a cardigan. Like, I do have the money to spend $170 on a cardigan, but it like wouldn't be smart for me to spend $170 on a cardigan. But what I'm saying is the amount of money I've had to spend on the yarn for this cardigan that I'm knitting is going to be close to $100. Plus the hours of labor and aggregation and the therapy bills. I don't know. If you're thinking about buying a Cezanne cardigan, do it. Do it. It's probably worth it. I will be working on this. Maybe that should be part of the video. Maybe I should keep working on it and record it, and then I'll show you guys what I do when I'm done. The March goals. I'm thinking, yeah. I was thinking I was gonna cut this video here, but no. Journal with me, bitches. So I would say typically when I'm filling my journal, I just use things that I've cut out. So in a sense, it's kind of junky journaly. I don't know. A lot of these are from a calendar I used to have, but I just loved the designs on them. I wonder if I have one that says March. I think I probably used it. No, these are gonna be so cute. But if I don't have stuff that I've cut out or saved, definitely take pictures that I've had and then just print them. I have a printer. I don't do that as often because colored ink or just any ink is just so expensive. And using the printer also makes me feel big emotions. I'm a very dramatic person. And then if I am not using from there, I can always cut out from magazines. The bag that I have is just full of magazines and photos and like books that I like to cut up to kind of add some fluff to what I'm getting up to. What I'm doing now though is I'm just working on Canva to take stuff like the cover of the books I want to read so I can put them in there. I like mentioned in passing the other day to Carl, I was like, I think I have bad posture, and he went, yeah. And I went, me? Look at how I'm sitting. Bad posture? Yeah, duh. When the printer actually works, the sound of it, actual ASMR. Yes. Okay, this one isn't the most like gorgeous one that I've ever done, but I do think it is really cute. It was very cohesive, and then I threw in all these St. Patrick's Day Snoopy stickers. I thought it was so cute. So yeah. Oh, thanks. Thanks. The only thing I really added on here that I hadn't talked about before was just that I want to leave work happy every day. And there's things that I can do that'll make me feel very positive as I leave work. So just being more intentional and doing that in my routine. Yeah. Otherwise, here we go. Some of the colors printed a little wonky, but that's okay. Otherwise, looking back at this, kind of a vision board in the journal, a little time capsule. Yeah. Thank you for watching this video, even though it's kind of like me just talking about myself a lot, but that's okay. That was the point of it, I guess. And I would love to make more videos where I'm talking through my scrapbooking, just talking about it a little more. So if you want to see that, I don't know, like this video, comment down below. But I hope you have a wonderful March. We'll be in touch. You're fantastic. Breathe, you're gonna get through this. Yeah. Bye, thank you.